Yeah, it's just, it's not always about the goals like I always say, but it's nice to get momentum a couple times in a row. And I feel like it's been a while since we said the power plays kind of won us a game a little, come up big. And then I'm just really proud of us five for sticking together after, like the last thing you want is to give that up. And I know it was a great play by him. Those things happen, but I thought our response was really good.
What about the second period? You guys were so good in the first. Do you feel like maybe you took your foot off the gas a little bit?
I think we're seeing like every team in the league, no matter who it is, it's very hard to, when you have a multi-goal lead, play the same way and still be aggressive. And I feel like they were probably excited in there. Like we just stopped skating a little bit. We got a little passive, and it's happened a bunch. We do it to teams quite often. If teams come out hot against us, typically you sit back with the lead, and we got to be better at finding the balance of, playing smart but not playing safe, I guess. And it happens all the time.
How much fun is it watching Connor Garland right now?
Yeah, he's playing with a ton of confidence. He's been one of our most consistent, if not our most consistent player all year. And when he's a confident player and the dog on a bone the way he is, I mean, he sets up. He's a very valuable piece to our team, and I'm happy to see he's having a lot of success right now.
Is he too hard on himself when he says he can't make things happen whenever he wants?
No, I love it because it's nice to see other people hard on themselves.
PK, big night for you guys on that side of the puck as well. How much confidence do you guys have, and how much confidence do you take from holding that power play off the board?
No question, right? I mean, the guys are doing great. Obviously, me and Petey been out there a lot less, and those top four or five guys that have been going their chemistry. You can tell, everybody's playing fast. They're blocking a ton of shots, and now that we've seen some success the last couple months here, like being out there, when you're not pulling the puck out of your net all the time, you get confidence, you get a little swagger, and I think we're starting to get to the point where you mature and you thrive playing against the power play like that in an environment like playoff atmosphere. So the guys did an awesome job. Obviously, special teams was a big part of the game today.
Do you sense that as you find different ways to win and your confidence grows, this group grows hungrier for more as you find these results in tough situations? Yeah,
no question. Especially like we know it wasn't perfect again today, and it's not going to be when you play against a guy's got a goal a game in this season. They got so many dangerous weapons, and the fact that we're finding a way to say, the second period that's not our game, but to come out and we played a really good third period, and I think that shows a lot about our maturity as a team. We take a lot of pride in coming into leads in the third a lot, and we want to get comfortable in that position. I think we're getting better at it as we go.
What can you say about the team toughness on this team right now?
I don't remember who I was talking with yesterday. It's just nice to see everybody sticking together. I mean, championship teams do that, and I'm not saying we are. I'm just saying that good teams always stick together, and it doesn't matter which conference, which team, no matter who it is. And you can definitely see lately, you guys are just hungry. It's a hungry group, and we're not going to take any, you don't want the crap from anybody, right? There's going to be guys that are going to have your back.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we came out really well in the first, and I made a mistake on their first goal, obviously, and kind of started an avalanche there, and they scored two, and then another weird bounce off of our own guy, and they got some good players. I just heard Quinn say that, and they're going to take advantage of opportunity, and I was just really thrilled with the way that we were able to stick with it, and probably the last couple of years that would be something that might deflate us, and we might not have the ability to come back and win that game. So I'm really proud of the group, and sometimes it takes a full 60, and it did tonight.
Special teams made a big difference. Obviously, a couple power play goals, but some good PK work as well. What are you seeing from the PK right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive to just keep that group that they have under control, and guys are committed, making good reads off each other, and obviously that you can see that confidence is building, and it's huge when you're a guy short. So kudos to the four guys in front of me right now. They're doing a great job.
Fine first period, but it looked like in the third they came on a bit. You made a number of key saves, especially in that last 10 minutes. Can you just take us through that, protecting the lead?
Yeah, I mean, they got a couple power plays at the end. Sometimes those last 2 minutes feel like they're an eternity. But again, it's just a great job by the guys in front of me. Limiting their scoring chances and letting me make some pretty easy reads and things like that. So, just a really great job. I'm really proud of the guys.
You mentioned a mistake on the first one. It looked like you might have been screened. What do you think the mistake was?
Well, I mean, you're going to be screened at times, but you got to find the puck. That's my job. I thought it was from far enough out where I should have maybe had enough time to find it, but I didn't.
Thatcher, you guys have shown all year that you can reset and respond, but over the last few weeks, it seems like your confidence along with the intensity of these games is at another level. Do you feel that way, the way you've been able to chip away at gritty games?
Yeah, I mean,
adversity within?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying it for the last probably month. Games are going to change now. This is when the hockey gets interesting, and teams are fighting for their lives, and we know that. We're excited for that type of hockey, and I think my last 3 games have come down to the wire. 1-goal games, or tonight was tight to the end, and that's how it's going to be. We're going to have to be comfortable in those situations, and every time we do get in these situations, it's just money in the bank for us, and learning experiences.
We've talked about the resilience of your team, both game to game and in game, quite a lot this year. What do you make of the bounce back and the pushback after the second period in this one tonight?
Yeah, great first. I mean, as good as you can get. Second, we weren't connected. Leafs are a good team. They started coming to us, and I thought we were spread out. We're chasing the puck a little bit, and then third period, obviously the power play was big. I thought a key moment after Marner made that, great shorthanded goal. I liked the calmness of Millsy. They said, "Okay, we got it," and they got it. So there wasn't a lot of panic. So I give them a lot of credit for not getting, pissed off and then getting frustrated.
The 2 power play goals tonight, you've got 4 in the last 3 games now, I think. You've talked about it being a process, but are you seeing what you're liking now as the results come through for the man advantage?
Well, if you look, we attacked the net. And we got 2 goals by attacking. I mean, we got it. When our power play is good, we attack. When we don't, we look for plays and all the pretty stuff. Then we're not so good. So I like the attack mentality. Hopefully we can build off this attack and get pucks in the net.
What did you like about the way your team came out in this game? Obviously, a lot of energy in the building, but what was it that your team did on the ice that you liked in the first?
I mean, everything was good. I mean, I didn't really want to change a thing. Our forecheck was good. I mean, we didn't give them much. It was just we had them on their heels, and then flipped in the second. We were on our heels, and then, third was obviously a lot of specialty teams.
We're seeing the Teddy Bluger line, or whatever you want to call it. We always talk about the possession and how much they're doing in the offensive zone, spending time there. But what's something that maybe we aren't talking about with that line that you're really liking?
Well, I mean, listen, that line's, the last 2 months is, I mean, they've won us some games. They're a line that's connected a lot. I hate to say it, but they're a system line. They're in spots that we want them to be in, and they're getting rewarded. I mean, Connor Garland's, I mean, he was terrific tonight again. I mean, he's had a hell of a year for us. Really proud of that guy, from start of the year. But he's done a great job.
The Höglander line and a lot of puck retrieval and work on both goals. I'm impressed by what they did.
Yeah, I mean, Hoggy, I've liked Hoggy's game. I'm trying to get him out. I mean, there's so much specialty teams. I think they still played 11 minutes. If there wasn't any special teams, they'd probably play their high. I would have had them out there all the time. I thought they were great. Hoggy was like, I mean, that second goal, what a shot. So he spent a lot of time, Hoggy, in the video room. And he's working at practice a lot, and you can see it's paying off for him. That's what I love. That he's getting rewarded for his hard work.
Demko said he didn't like the first goal he gave up, but talk a bit about maybe how he bounced back in the latter half of the third when you guys really needed him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Demmer. I mean, he just wins. I mean, I love him. He battles. Whether it's I got to look at the goal. Whether it's just if he says it, he thinks he should have them all. That guy, but. Yeah, he's a battler. He just wins.
Rick, you've mentioned that it's only going to get more intense, and we've seen that in the last few games. But I wonder how impressed you are with the evolution of this group in terms of their mindset, their maturity, and the way that they seem to be getting hungrier and hungrier as they find different ways to win.
Yeah, it's emotional. It's going to get even more emotional, and I like the emotion. I thought Zadorov was probably one of his best games. I mean, he was a menace out there. Mizey too. I thought Mizey played really. I like the emotion on these guys. And you're going to have the ebbs and flows of a game, but you got to keep your obviously emotion in check sometimes. But I thought those two big guys really set the tone for us.
You didn't see a lot from the Lotto line through 2, but in the third they get 2 power play chances. They get 2 goals. Is that big game players just producing?
Yeah, it's big. I thought they struggled a little bit. I don't think they were connected tonight. I told them after the second, they were too spread out. I didn't think they were skating. I didn't think Bess and Petey were skating the first couple of periods. But what big players do, though, they seize the moment. Petey comes up big in the third for us. But they got to get used to it because it's going to get harder and harder. So we got to make sure we stay connected. But like I said, I love the power play. It was really good. Won us the game.
Ian Cole said one of the great things about Demko is that no matter what he lets in, you know that he's going to get the next one, and when they need him, he's going to be there. And he thought about it, and he said, our team is kind of like that as well. Do you know what he's meaning about?
Yeah, I do. Past history, I look at certain, I'm not comparing it, but I remember Grant Fuhr, he let 4 goals in, but he would never let the 5th goal in. Like in a game that maybe he didn't have it, whatever. If he wasn't on his game, whatever. I'm not saying Denver wasn't his game, but I just love his resolve. They weren't going to get a 5th goal because he was dialed in. I think the same thing with our team. We might have a bad period or we might have a bad stretch, but somehow we can hang in there. And that's resiliency.
And you grinded out a 2-1 win. Now you win in a high event game. You wouldn't like that you blew the 3-0 lead, but does it say something about your team that you're able to win in these different ways?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you crumble, right? 3, that they're coming at us, and then the shorthanded goal, that's where, maybe in the past the frustration comes in, and then the next line tries to do something they shouldn't do. I can't remember after the power play. I think whatever line went out, I think they settled it down. I'm not quite sure, but as a coach, that's what I see. I don't see a lot of guys freaking out as much as like last year in pressure situation. But we're still learning. I mean, we still got a long way to go here.
What's the learning lesson you take away from the second period and sort of how it kind of fell apart briefly, but then you battle back?
Well, for me, Canucks hockey, we got to be a predictable team. I think sometimes when we want to regroup it and take it back and all that, that's when we get in trouble. That's what we did last year. That's last year's team, and it took a while to get that out of us. So every once in a while we get back to the old habits of taking it back, and I just like us being predictable. When we're predictable, we're a tough team to play against. So that's kind of the lesson, stay predictable.
Was that the message when you took the timeout?
Yeah. I just want to calm it down, and then obviously after the second, but even during the second, guys were pretty calm after we talked about, some technical stuff too.